this or this. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. Today I have a really quick video for you about a really useful piece of gear called the Tarp Buddy. The folks at Tarp Buddy were kind enough to send me these so I'll show them to you because they have a Kickstarter going to ramp up their production. Real quickly, I first learned about these from Wingman 115 several months back. He did a video on these and I thought, man, those are really cool, and I meant to get some and I never did. Anyway, then a couple of weeks ago, I noticed the folks at Tarp Buddy had sent me an email. Want to know if I'd like to check them out and help them maybe get the word out about their Kickstarter. The folks at Tarp Buddy are trying to raise some capital funds to increase the production so they can make even more of these because they're selling them faster than they can make them. And I can, after using this thing just for a minute, I can understand why. These are one of those ideas that you say, man, I wish I had thought of that, because it is so simple and yet so effective. So let me give you a little bit of background and tell you why I think they're so cool. Because I'm here in my outdoor studio and I put up I had a bright idea a while back to put up a tarp over this so I could film in the rain because my camera is not waterproof, right? So I did. I strung this big old tarp, put up all this stuff, and it rained, and I thought I had it where it would slope and drain okay, and it tore grommets out. And every time I put it back up 3 or 4 times, finally I just absolutely threw up my hands in disgust and said, forget it. If only I'd had the Tarp Buddies. Let me show you how these things work. Okay, first of all, I want to show you, this is what's left of my other tarp. And I was going to try to reuse this and put it up, but it got too close to my redneck burn barrel and it's trashed altogether. So that's another story. But you can see right here, this is the grommet, one of the grommets. Several of them pulled out. And you can actually see where it's got a little piece of the tarp material still attached to it. So you got to think when they punch this grommet in, it weakens the material because you just cut all these strands. You can see most of these tarps have reinforced strands, and you can see the strands running back and forth through them, right? When they cut a grommet in here, they just cut that strand, which is just opening it up for a tear, and you can see the edges of it right there. Okay, so the way a Tarp Buddy works, as opposed to punching a hole like a regular grommet, which it's just going to tear out, a Tarp Buddy actually fits underneath your tarp like so, and then you see it's got this groove right here. It's the groove there. Take a cordage, and he recommends making like a hangman's noose just because it's got some tension on it. It won't just undo itself. You can probably get by with a slip knot as long as you got tension on this rope at all times. But we just stick it in here like this, roll it over. So there's the Tarp Buddy underneath. You put your cordage around it and hit that little groove, and then just tighten up your noose, and like so. And so now you can see what you've got is, instead of a hole, first of all, you've got intact fibers in the tarp. Second of all, you've got equal pressure all the way around, so you're not putting pressure on one particular point, because all the pressure is spread out around the entire circle. And this thing is absolutely 100% tough. You look underneath it, another thing that's really cool, it's got some holes in it. You can, a regular tent pole will fit in this hole. You can see the holes right there. You put tent poles in it, you can whittle a stick, you can tie another string onto it to hang it up. If you need to hang this tarp up, you can either cut this off and do it put this on the bottom. You can tie something to pull it up like this, to a cordage. You can stick a pole in here. There's just a lot of different variables you can do with it. What I like about it is it doesn't punch a hole in your tarp, and you can put it wherever you want. The other problem with these pre-built tarps is, they've got these holes at certain intervals, grommets or whatever, and they're where they are, and it doesn't matter where you need them, they are where they are. You know what I mean? So you can put this anywhere. You can put it in the middle, which gives you the opportunity to put a guy line up in the center of a tarp, which is something you really can't do with most tarps. And show you when you take it off, just to show you, and then you take it out, you spread the tarp back out, and the fibers are not damaged. The little coating on them maybe a little bit, but they're in good shape. They're not broken. Okay, another advantage, or at least one of the things I think is great about the Tarp Buddy, is just a lot of people carry garbage bags for an emergency shelter because they're very lightweight. They take up little room, and they are waterproof, right? And one of the challenges with that has always been how to get to tie something to them so that they don't tear, and you can actually create keep dropping. You can create tie outs or whatever, and then you can certainly a lot of people use duct tape and whatnot, but I think the Tarp Buddy is a great solution for this problem because it again it distributes the force equally and smoothly. I mean, you can use rocks. I know a lot of people use rocks or sticks or stuff like that and just tie a loop around it with the same concept as a Tarp Buddy. But I think what happens is a lot of times, in my experience anyway, is those things are just they're abrasive and they tear the pretty thin plastic of a garbage bag a lot more readily than maybe something that's smoother like the Tarp Buddy. So we're going to check it out and try it. Let's see. I got my really flimsy garbage bag here. You can almost see through it. It's so thin. And got a Tarp Buddy here, and you can see this thing is really smooth here, which is one of the advantages it has, in my opinion, over rocks, pine cones, or otherwise things that you might see used. And they'll work in an emergency for sure, but this is just something that's lightweight you can carry with you. And let's see if I can do this with one hand. This is a pretty stiff hangman's noose. This, by the way, is braided bank line. I bought this to try it. I wouldn't recommend it. You can't really unravel it. It's kind of stiff. It works great, but I don't know. I wouldn't buy any more of it. I'll put it that way. So now you can see. Anyway, we've got this on here. 360 degrees of support, and just gonna pull it. I mean, there's no doubt that I can tear it. Okay, this is a plastic bag, but really, in my opinion, extends the usability of a standard garbage bag. Okay, so again, there it is on a really thin garbage bag. You know, we could build shelters and all that, but that's not really the point of this video. I wanted to try to make this a quick video so we can get this posted and try to support a small United States business that has come up with a really unique idea that is extremely useful. I can tell you from talking to the developer of the Tarp Buddy, one of the challenges he faces is it is too useful. In fact, that a lot of stores and companies don't want to market this because they make too much money selling tarps, because they know the tarps are going to tear up because those things are not going to last very long. And I mean, that's just the real world we live in. But from a consumer standpoint, man, this is almost like a no-brainer. You put a pack of these in your pack, they don't weigh anything. You extend the versatility of any tarp or any shelter you've got. You can use this with garbage bags, you can use it with ponchos, anything you could possibly think of that is made out of a fabric that is thin enough to wrap over this, and a little bit of cordage. The possibilities are literally endless. So anyway, I encourage you to go check out the Kickstarter campaign. There'll be a link below, and I'll try my best to get a link, I keep doing it, up here, where you can go check it out. I encourage you to support Tarp Buddy Kickstarter. Help them get the production ramped up so they can get more of these things out into the market, because I think they're really going to revolutionize the way tarps are used. No moving parts, solid piece of plastic. It is absolutely genius. I'm telling you. I know I'm rambling, but it really is. So anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Be sure to check out their Kickstarter. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, for sharing it with your friends, for watching those ads, and thank you so much for doing your Amazon shopping through my links. Really helps the channel. I really appreciate it. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.